1930s, French anthropologist Marc Augé identified non-places and anthropological places within our environment. Non-places such as airports and malls are designed for efficiency, lacking emotional depth or a sense of belonging. In contrast, anthropological places are deeply integrated into our social fabric, filled with personal significance and communal connection. They are the cozy corners of cafes and the familiar benches in parks where life's moments are shared. However, the advent of smartphones has dramatically altered our interaction with these spaces. The digital world has begun to overshadow the physical, blurring the lines between intimate spaces of connection and impersonal zones of transition. Our homes and historical sites have been transformed into offices and entertainment hubs, accessible with a simple screen tap. But so have our commutes, turning into stand-up comedy sets, and our bathroom breaks into car crash video exposés. Effectively, in all spaces, you're able to do the same thing you would be doing in any other given space. This transformation raises questions about the future of our social spaces, and maybe even more profoundly, how we can define a place in the first place. As digital connectivity becomes increasingly pervasive, the traditional boundaries that separated work from leisure, public from private, and communal from individual blur. The phenomenon of being physically present but emotionally and mentally elsewhere epitomizes this, where individuals can experience different realities while seated side by side. We've all been there, at the dinner table side by side with our closest friends when the conversation starts drying up and one of them takes out that magical rectangle and begins to doom scroll in real time. If even for a few moments that person is no longer at the table, that person is at work, or at the mall, or at the circus, only to return when something is worth paying attention to in the conversation. Even if the conversation was uncomfortable, or the food not so great, it is this ever-pervasive choice of being able to escape to a more stimulating landscape at any given moment that sours real connection, space, and our shared reality. The constant accessibility to an alternative world challenges our capacity for sustained attention and presence in the physical. We are victims to the ability to choose at all moments of the day, and the space in between also falls victim, as now they're only the backdrop made of color and shadow to the new digitized reality. As we become more engrossed in our digital environments, even spaces traditionally rich with personal and communal significance risk becoming non-places. These spaces designed for human connection may lose their essence and transform into zones where the physical presence is marked by a collective absence of engagement, akin to the transient personal nature of airports and malls Augé described. Ironically, while losing their traditional warmth, these spaces also evolve into deeply anthropological places where life's significant moments like breakups via text or celebrations of job offers unfold. Ultimately, with technology, place starts to blur and everywhere starts to feel the same.